Jeremy, how are you, man? Good morning, good morning.
Dr. Coley King practices medicine on the streets.
Are you having any symptoms of coronavirus?
No.
Any fevers, chills?
No.
Sore throat, cough?
No.
I'm going in.
He and his team care for unsheltered residents in LA County, where some 66,000 people are experiencing homelessness. COVID-19 has made these routine checkups even more essential.
I'm just struck by the need.
The burden of illness is overwhelming. Our patients are very sick and they die very frequently. The baseline of danger living out here is already much higher than the risk coronavirus is putting them in. Coronavirus adds to that.
So in April, LA County started moving homeless folks into thousands of suddenly empty hotel rooms, part of a statewide program called Project Roomkey. The county set a target to move 15,000 homeless into hotels and motels, a number based on who on the streets was most at risk for COVID, those 65 and up or with underlying conditions. Dr. King is here to see some of his patients.
We're here once a week setting up a pretty complete clinic where we can take care of their needs, do an examination, order their medications, whatever we need to do to get them started on their health care.
Remember I met you?
I remember.
We took the pictures.
You guys were soaking wet.
Living on the beach every day was bad.
Kathleen Cooper is a 49-year-old artist with a mechanical heart valve who's at risk for stroke. King used to treat Cooper and her partner when they were living on the beach.
Come on in.
You mind giving me the grand tour?
Yeah, sure.
Now the couple shares one of this hotel's 133 Project Roomkey rooms.
This is a big space.
Here's the bathroom. Okay. So like I said, full shower. And then we have a little area we can sit. Like, I have a desk do my creativity because I'm an artist.
Funding for this program came largely from FEMA, and hotels were initially leased for 90 days. Now 4 months in, FEMA's still paying, but only in monthly increments. It's unclear how long the money will really last, or if all the leases will be extended. Project Roomkey was projected to cost around $195 million in just LA County, but the exact figure is unknown because so many agencies are involved.
Let me check your vitals here, okay?
Sure.
The Roomkey effort in LA has moved around 4,000 people into hotel rooms so far, roughly a quarter of the 15,000 person goal the county set for itself.
When did we put you on the Roomkey list?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Kind of late in the season, I suppose, for that. We moved a whole lot of people in really fast, and then filled up.
Moving quickly was critical, but Roomkey in LA has faced significant headwinds, from a lack of available space to layers of bureaucracy. The Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority is the local government agency leading the initiative.
Grade yourself, assess yourself. How well have you done?
I'd give us an A. I know that there's still people who are outdoors who are vulnerable. There are definitely still people who need to come inside, but everybody in our system has stepped in and has literally been working around the clock.
Are you satisfied with just housing 25% though of the original goal?
Absolutely not. We need to continue. Not only continue with new sites coming online, but turning those beds over.
Nobody gets an A during this homeless crisis. I don't pat us on the back at all. We have not solved this problem.
Elected officials like Janice Hahn admit that local governments waited too long to prioritize housing the homeless.
I just feel like whatever we're doing is not working, and we need to make some changes.
She's long supported repurposing hotel rooms for interim housing.
We've gotten people off the streets and into hotel rooms faster than I ever thought possible. But I'm worried that our plan has plateaued a little bit, and we don't have that urgency that we even had a couple months ago to bring people inside.
The latest LA Homeless Services Authority plan costs $800 million and would keep the existing 4,000 Roomkey participants indoors while moving the full 15,000 people into some form of housing over the next 2 years. That's if enough funding, spaces, and staff are available. All while looming evictions could force even more people into homelessness.
Finding the landlords who are willing to take a chance and offer one of their units to some of our most vulnerable. That's, to me, the biggest challenge. We offer almost a no-risk guarantee, and yet we have very few takers.
That stigma of housing the homeless even kept some hotels from participating in the Roomkey program. The hotels that did sign on are now being run by a patchwork of LA County nonprofits. This hotel is operated by the St. Joseph Center. Valicia Adams-Kellum is their CEO.
We don't have adequate affordable housing in the city and county of LA. And so as we're trying our best to not only bring people into interim spaces like this, we are tasked with making sure that people have a permanent place to live.
What happens when these temporary leases on these hotels and motels run out?
Well, we're worried about that. I mean, right now we're month to month. So we are acting as if tomorrow is our last day, which means we're engaging landlords now. We're looking at available spaces because we just don't know how long we'll have the space. If we had to close and shutter this site in 2 weeks, that means that some people won't make it into permanent housing. If I know that I have a few more months, that's going to give me more time to engage landlords and to collaborate to ensure we do our best to secure and make a safe space for the people moving out of these places.
If I lost my housing and I had to go back on the street, what am I gonna do? I can't roll over and give up. I have to keep going.
Are you worried about your health, though?
Yes, I am. I'm worried that I'm gonna leave my man behind. And if something ever happened, yeah. Every day I'm like, wow, I made it another day.
How can we say we've done a good job when we still have that many people living on the streets? And it's not just Skid Row. It's in everybody's neighborhood. So that's had two effects. Either people have realized, oh my gosh, it's in my neighborhood. These really are my neighbors. Or it's pushed people farther into, not wanting solutions in their neighborhood, but wanting us to build shelters somewhere else.
There should be basically a much, much more large and coordinated effort to move them into housing. Not these half measures that everyone is proclaiming are some great panacea. It's just not.
This is how it looks. I'm going in.
The streets are hard. Believe me, after 40 years of being on the streets, I've been through H-E-L-L. And so anything that anybody could ever do for me, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, there's Frank. Frank! Hey, my old friend. How are you? Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in Rhode Island.
Yeah, okay.
And in the Army.
Where was your Army service, Frank? I forgot all that.
69 to 71.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Korea, Vietnam.
A little bit high.
Just woke up.
How about over at the VA? Did they ever start you on blood pressure treatment or any sort of medical treatment?
No.
I was inside for the winter.
Okay.
But yeah, a hotel room would be a great help right now.
We do rounds at those local ones, and I don't know which ones have spaces, but I can tell you that the ones we go to, and the feeling is of safety and proper social distancing, so you can ride through probably the winter of this.
Yeah, a hotel would be really cool, without a doubt.
We're rebuilding many, many years of America neglecting this portion of the society. So it has to come with resources that address mental illness, substance use, medical health, and get them a place to be indoors. And that's the big raw material that we need right now is a room indoors, and not losing the rooms that we just acquired.